Let's talk Sacramento real estate. This year has been quite the whirlwind. I want to give you a market update, talk to you about kind of the year and where we stand right now, give you some stats, and give you my perspective as a local agent. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Gage with the Gage Group right here in Sacramento. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is where I give you the full 4-in-1 on Sacramento. I am a local realtor. My team and I help people all the time relocating to Sacramento. So if that's you, don't hesitate, reach out. We'd love to help you. Call, text, numbers right down below. And another thing I'm going to ask you, if you like these videos, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that good stuff so I can keep doing them. So 2022 is going to go down in the books as the shift in the real estate market. We have experienced this year 2 different markets all within the same year, which has been quite interesting and hard to keep up as a realtor. In the beginning of the year, we started off really crazy. Buyers couldn't wait to get in a home, multiple offers, things were exceeding list price tremendously. Sellers weren't giving much to buyers as far as credits or repairs. Then we had the great interest rate hike. They've risen, and now we're seeing the market slow, some buyers pulling out, prices are coming down. Now sellers are giving buyers lots of things, which we are going to talk about. And the market seems like, oh my God, not a good market, but that's not so. It's just that we are comparing it to the crazy, insane market, but actually we're leveling out and becoming more of a normal real estate market. It's just been a long time since we've seen it. So before, we're talking 7 days on the market, home's gone. Now it's 30 days to sell a home. That's our average days on market, which is completely normal. It's not usual that homes just fly off the shelf, but that was what was happening and what we all got accustomed to. And this market transitioning, not being all about the seller, I think is healthier. Some things that sellers need to do if they do want to sell, before you could put anything on the market and it would sell very quickly. But now sellers really do need to price their home appropriately, and they need to declutter, do a deep clean, prepare their home for sale. They might have to knock off a list of things to do before you sell it. You want to showcase your home in the best light because buyers are definitely more particular right now. In the shifting market, buyers are getting a lot of incentives and perks that they were just not getting before. So one of them, pricing, has come down. And I'm going to talk, just how much in a minute, but that's a biggie. Number 2, buyers have time on their side. Before, everything was so rushed. You had to hurry up, do your inspections, hurry up, decide if this is your home, because there was a line behind you and the home was going to get taken if you didn't. So now, this is really great because people have time to think. It's a big investment. You don't want to be rushed. So it's a more pleasant experience for the buyer. Also, when you do your inspections and there are a list of things that are wrong, especially big ticket ones, sellers are more inclined to fix these things. So that's thousands of dollars that you're saving right there. Also, the big thing with this market is the credits that we're seeing. We're seeing a ton of credits, and these credits can be helpful to the buyer in a few scenarios. 1, for an interest rate buy down, 2, for closing costs, or 3, to give credit instead of doing the repairs. And you could get a combination of all of these in this market. That combined with, the pricing dropping, you can fare very well. So I know that there's a lot of people right now sitting on the fence, but there is opportunity in this market. And I will show you a specific example too. So now I want to talk to you about pricing and show you where it is right now. And I'm going to share with you a graph. And this is from a top appraiser in town. Every month he does new stats. And especially in this market right now, it's really important for me to keep a track of all the stats because our market's changing quite a bit. I mean, the market's always changing, but right now we really have to have our finger on the pulse. All right, so when looking at pricing right now in this transitioning market, it's really important to look at pricing right now compared to a year ago, as well as pricing right now compared to the high earlier in the year, which was May. So you'll see in November of 21, the median price was $559. In November 22, it was 550. The percent of change is not that much, 1.6. But then when we look at it in May, which April, May were our highest months, 625 was the median price. And in November, it went down to 550. So when you see the 12% decline in pricing, it is a significant amount in such a short amount of time, but that had to happen with the interest rates rising the way they did. It has to compensate for that. And we are comparing a more normal market with more normal interest rates, the 550 price, to an insane market in May. So you have to consider those things too. More of an abnormal market versus a normal market where it's ping pong between buyer and seller, not just slanted all in one way. Now, I want to show you a perfect example of this, of two sales that were in Midtown, next door neighbors. And one was in May and one was in November, this November. So you can see the pricing difference. As we say, the proof is in the pudding. So you're seeing these stats, but I also want to show you, okay, these are two homes right next to each other. This one right here sold in May. That's the height. This one right here sold in November. So let's look at the stats. These are comps for each other. So you'll see this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, both 2-bedroom, 1-baths, around the same in square footage, same lot size. Only difference is the time that they sold them. I mean, they're pretty comparable as far as condition inside, but this is a huge price difference from 550 to 660, and that's due to the interest rates rising. So that's 110,000 different. Now the buyer in November, unlike the buyer earlier in the year, got a bunch of repair work done too. So this is the opportunity in the market. So when people are sitting and waiting, you can sit and wait, but you couldn't even buy into Midtown last year in the 500 range unless it was a fixer. So now you can get a nice home in the great part of Midtown for 550 updated. And the thing is, you can refi later, but you can't change your home price. So you're getting, 110 off. So another interesting thing that we're seeing with the market is that volume has declined quite a bit. And this graph shows May to November of 2021 compared to 2022. And you'll see just in Sac County, it was in 21, a little over 11,000 sales. And in 2022, a little over 7,600. And that gives you a percent of change of a little over 30%. Now, when you average all these counties together, it's about 29, about 30% loss in volume. So the decline in sales volume is because a lot of buyers and sellers have chosen not to partake right now. And, when I speak with them, the sentiment is, I'm waiting to see. And that's fine. You can wait and see, wait it out, do what you feel comfortable with. But I wanted to show that there is opportunity in this market. And that's specifically why I showed you those two properties. So you can see how much pricing has come down in some areas, and that combined with getting repairs and credits, a buyer can fare very well. And then in a year or two, when interest rates come down, you can refinance your home. So you would be getting it for 550 as opposed to the neighbor at 660 that paid, had the low interest rates. So there's perks to every market. Another opportunity in this market is for the contingent buyer. So contingent buyer, meaning you have to sell your home in order to purchase. Now, before, the contingent buyer wasn't going to happen in that crazy market. If it did happen, you were paying a major premium for the property. Right now, because the market has slowed, there is time. Sellers are open to contingent offers. So you can, if you were a first-time home buyer, have equity in your home, it's a great time to be a step-up buyer. So that's something to consider. As for people thinking about selling their home, sellers just need to be realistic with what the market is right now. And it's not a bad market at all. It's what I call a healthy market. Before, it was, an outlier, insane market. But when comparing pricing from that to now, it's a 12% difference. Yes, can be a significant amount of money, but it's still a good amount of money, and we're still dealing with strong pricing, and the market is still moving. But for sellers, you need to know that you need to prepare your home. You can't just throw it on the market. So you have to take the time to make your home look nice and do the to-do list. As for what to expect in the upcoming year, it's really going to be dependent on these interest rates. If they stabilize, then I think housing will hold kind of where it is. If not, yes, pricing could go down, but Sacramento is a great investment overall. We have what many cities don't, the affordability factor combined with the desirability factor. And there's not too many places like that in California. So it's a good investment, and real estate's for the long term. All right, guys, I am a real estate resource for you. Don't hesitate to reach out. See you on another video.